guys, so today's video is going to be a story time, and I've been wanting to do a story time for a good while now, but I haven't, and then now it's time to do it. Okay, so I've been meaning to make a story time video, but I just didn't know what to talk about, and I just asked my friends, and we all decided on the time that we got stopped. So at the time I was going to Texas State, and I met some awesome people who are now my best friends, and one of my high school friends was visiting me at college, and I wanted to show him around the Austin area. So we decided to go to Graffiti Park, of course, like that's a must-see when you go to Austin. And I do enjoy the fact that the art changes every day. It's not the same art, so you're not getting bored when you're going all the time. I'm honestly there all the time. Every single time I'm in Austin, I go to Graffiti Park because there's new art. There's always going to be new art. There's always going to be someone actually creating the art in front of you. And it's really cool because you can take your own spray paint and just go with your friends and just make your own art too as well, and just take pictures, and it's really pretty. It's really nice. So it was my friend Brianna, my high school friend Jessie, and then my friend Leslie, and so we ended up going to Graffiti Park, and we were just looking at the art and just staring and just having a really good time, and just walking up the dirt. Obviously go like higher up, and it's a really beautiful view when you get to the top. I really do like enjoying being at the top and just taking pictures and just sitting down on the edge and just hanging your feet and just enjoying it, everything, just taking it all in, all the chemicals of the spray paint, and then just like getting sick of it. But as we were walking and wandering around and just viewing the art, one of my friends just got a really like weird feeling from this man that was nearby us, and she actually ended up pointing out like, okay, isn't yours, he like kind of following us? And I'm like, what do you mean following us? Like, we're at Graffiti Park, everyone's going the same direction, everyone's going down the same direction, everyone's looking at the art. Like, it's not as big of an area, so if there's a lot of people, of course other people are going to be next to you and looking at the same thing you're seeing. So I'm just like, no, don't think nothing of it, just whatever. And we just kept walking, and honestly, people get vibes from other people. So if you're giving off this weird vibe, me and my friends are gonna catch it. Finally we realized like, okay, he kind of is following us. Like, he's not just looking at the art. Like it's just, as my friend pointed it out, I kind of wanted to, it sucks because I wasn't really paying attention to the art and wondering if my friend was enjoying his time there, and I was more focusing on this man, seeing if he actually is following us. So kind of paying attention to him more, and I was just turning to his direction and seeing him, and as I would turn, he would just turn away and just look at the art nearby, or he'll sometimes pull out his phone real quick and just look at his phone. He had like a little flip phone. I mean, this was an elderly man, not an elderly man, this was a man probably in his late 30s or early 40s, or I don't know, but just more and more I just kept kind of acting dumb, being more aware, just like looking around more. And I was just, when I would turn my head and just look at him in the direction he kind of was being weird, he would just turn away, like I said earlier, and just like act like he wasn't staring at us, when I know and he knows that he was staring at us. So as I would turn and just look into his direction, and he would like play dumb and turn away, I would kind of stare at him longer too. I wanted to wait and see if he glanced or like looks to see if I'm still looking or being weird about it. And I kind of caught him one time. He was looking away, and I kept staring at him. I wanted to wait till he sees me see him, and he kind of turned his head and looked at me, and he saw that I was facing him, and he just turned away again, just kind of walked away, and made it seem like, he's not staring at us. And then my friend Jessie, he actually pointed out like, hey, I think he's taking pictures of y'all. And I was like, what are you taking pictures? It's okay, hold up, it's one thing to be following us around. It's another thing when you pull out your phone and you're taking pictures of us. We don't know you. You don't know us. Why do you have your phone, and why are you taking pictures of us? And my friend Brianna was just like, okay, I think it's time for us to leave already. Let's just leave. Like, he's being really weird. Don't want to deal with him. Basically, he ruined our day. He made us feel uncomfortable to the point we decided to leave. So we ended up getting in the car, and we're just like, let's just leave. Let's just go somewhere else. So as we get in the car and we're driving off, I notice he's walking to his car, and he gets in his car and he drives off. What a coincidence, he decides to leave at the same time we decided to leave, and we only left because he was being weird. Then he gets in his car, and what a coincidence, he takes a left. Then he takes a right. And we're like, okay, is he following us now in the car? And I was just telling my friend, I was just like, just take a right here, or take a left here, because I wanted to see like what a coincidence. We're taking random turns. After we just like discovered you were following us around Graffiti Park and you were taking pictures with us on your phone, it's not no coincidence if you're following us in your car. Like, you're legit following us. So we started getting scared. So we're like, no. We're like, Jesse, just turn. We're just like, just drive. Just get rid of him. I think it was Jesse driving, or it was probably Leslie. I'm not sure. But I was just like, we're just screaming. We're just like, just turn. Just get rid of him. Luckily, he got stuck at a red light, and we just like kept going. We kept making turns. Luckily, Austin's traffic is a lot, and there's a lot of people. And we got away from him, and he just, never again. We never seen him. We just never seen him. So yeah, that was just like the time me and my friends got stalked, and just this old man made us feel so uncomfortable. I don't ever want to experience that again. Especially my friends, like, they ruined our day a lot. They really made it a 360. Like, we were planning on to like spend the entire day in Austin, just having fun, just relaxing, and just seeing new things, and this man just ruined it. It made us feel scared. And to me, I'm like, when I get scared, everything goes in my head. I'm thinking of so many scenarios that can happen. I'm thinking of everything that I can do to prevent it. I'm thinking of everything and anything there is. So I go crazy. Like, for example, what I'm currently experiencing right now, not that long ago, probably 3-4 days ago, this happened, that someone was ringing my doorbell at 4:50 a.m. in the morning. And let me remind you, I'm here by myself. I'm living by myself. And this is the third time that's happened to me, that someone's came so late at night and rang the doorbell or knocked. And I'm just like, what is going on? Like, the first time it happened with my old roommate, she was here by herself. Everyone was out and about. Her boyfriend was doing something. I think he was at a car show. And she was here by herself, and a man knocked on the door. Gonna be 1 in the morning. Knocks on the door. She looks outside. She doesn't know who it is, so she's not gonna answer it. So then she notices that he walks around and he tries to get in through the back door. He goes in the back door and he tries to see it's open. It's not open. So my roommate ends up hiding underneath her bed, and she ends up calling her boyfriend, tells her boyfriend to come pick her up, that she's really scared that someone's out there. But by the time the boyfriend came, he was gone, and she just ended up leaving. She didn't want to be home alone. And the second time it's happened, it was, all my friends were actually here. We're actually having this huge sleepover. It was 3 in the morning, and again this happened. Someone knocks on the door, but this time it wasn't a man. This time it was a girl, and she knocks on the door at 3 in the morning. And my friend, she comes and she tells me, she's like, hey, like, this girl's at the door. And I'm like, well, I don't know her. Like, don't answer it. Like, just ignore her. Just be quiet. Like, just make sure like she doesn't know that we're here or something. Like, just don't open the door. Just let her leave. So she ended up leaving. But why are you knocking on our door at 3 in the morning? Then 4 days ago, I'm now living by myself. All my roommates are moved out, and I'm waiting for my new roommates to come and move in, and they don't move in until like in another week. So I'm currently living by myself in this big house, and I'm asleep, and I wake up to my dog barking, and I check the time immediately, because right when I hear him barking, I hear the doorbell ringing, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, okay, what time is it? Check my phone right away. It's 4:50 a.m. in the morning. So I get more scared because my dog's barking because he hears someone ringing the doorbell, and I'm more scared because it's 4:50 in the morning. So I instantly went on Find My Friends on my iPhone, and I went and tracked all my friends to see if any of my friends are here. Like, what are they doing, like, knocking my door at 5 in the morning? And everyone was home. No one was here at my house. So I'm just like, who the hell is knocking and ringing the doorbell at 5 in the morning? So I instantly FaceTimed my friend, and luckily she was awake. I don't know for what reason. I don't know what she was doing, but she was awake. And she's like, what's up? And I'm like, Deidre, like, someone's at my door. They're ringing my doorbell right now. She's like, what? She's like, who is it? I was like, I don't know. I was so scared. I didn't want to leave my room. I didn't want to unlock my door and leave my room because I was thinking in my head, he stopped ringing the doorbell. Maybe he got in. Maybe he somehow unlocked the lock, or he came through a window or something. Maybe he's inside the house. And I was just thinking in my head, and I was like, okay. And I was whispering, and I was like, shh, teacher, be quiet. Like, he can probably hear us. I don't want him to hear us. And I was trying to make my dog shut up, and I was like, be quiet. Like, oh my God, it's like someone who's just trying to like break in. I don't know what he wants. Like, if he's trying to break in and steal stuff, you don't ring the doorbell. And then it's just like, then again, why would you ring the doorbell at 5 in the morning? I don't know. So I went to my restroom window and actually looked out into the parking lot, and I could have sworn I saw someone. I don't know if it was just my head like seeing things, but I could have sworn I saw someone in the driver's seat. I saw someone in the driver's seat just staring up at me, and I was just like, my heart dropped, and I was like, okay, Deidre, I'm really scared. And then she's like, just call the cops, like tell the cops that someone's knocking. And she's like, and this is not the first time, it's the third time already. And I was just like, okay. And I was ready to the point to where I wanted to call the cops, but then I was just like, no. What if this man or woman is dressed into a cop uniform, made it seem like he or she is a cop, and I call the cops and they're on their way, but then she or he is outside, and I'm thinking, oh, it's the cops that I called, and it's the person who's ringing the doorbell. And I was thinking in my head, like, no. What if it's just like someone impersonating a cop? Like, no, I'm not gonna call the cops. I was like, no, I'm not gonna call the cops. So I was thinking, like, okay, I can't call the cops, so what am I gonna do? So I was like, okay, maybe if I hear footsteps of him coming upstairs, I'm gonna just get in my bed and just like shove everything to the door. I'm gonna make sure the door's locked. I'm gonna make sure he's not gonna be able to come in. And then I'll just call like, I would just call someone else and just tell them to come pick me up and just tell them to like, scare this person off or something. And I was still on FaceTime with my friend Deidre, and she's like, they're like, oh my God, Lisa, like I'm so scared for you. And then I was like, shh, be quiet, like I don't want him to hear us. And then she just eventually, like, it was 30 minutes after the person rang my doorbell. I'm just assuming in my head he probably left or something, and I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep, and my friend was just like, she was just comforting me, telling me like, okay, like just go back to bed, just go to sleep, like he probably left, he's probably not there no more. And I couldn't, because I'm like, what if he is here, like what is he doing? And I guess I got really tired. I was like already gonna be 6 at this time, and I just ended up falling asleep. I ended up going to my apartment complex office, and I ended up telling the lady in the front, I'm like, okay, this is not the first and it's not the second, but it's the third time this has happened. I want to know what's going up. Someone is knocking and ringing the doorbell at 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And the first time I didn't experience it, it was my roommate. The second time I was here, but I just like, no, just don't open the door. In my head I was thinking it's 3 in the morning, this lady is knocking the door. Maybe it's an apartment complex and it's a Saturday night. Maybe she thought like this is the house of the party or something. So the second time I didn't think nothing of it, so I was just like, whatever. But now this is the third time this has happened. Someone is ringing my doorbell. It's 5 in the morning. I'm by myself. I was like, okay, now I told her, and I was like, I wanted to call the cops, but I was so scared to the point where I thought like they were impersonating a cop. I was like, and I felt bad because I didn't open the door because I don't know if it's someone who needed help or something. But then again, I'm concerned of my safety first. Like, what if you are trying to like harm me? I'm not gonna be thinking that you're hurt or something. Then again, it's like, what are you doing out late by yourself? Like, if you got into trouble or something, I don't know. But she's like, no, I highly recommend you not to open the door. And when I was telling her the story, she seemed concerned, but then she was just like, kind of seemed like, I've heard this before. And she was saying like, we've actually had an incident where a woman actually opened the door. They were ringing the doorbell and she actually opened it, and something happened. Like, and I just kept looking at her like, and then like, what else happened? And she was just like, oh, I can't share that information with you. But you just told me this happened before. You told me the girl actually opened it and something happened. Why can't you tell me the rest of the story? Like, what do you mean you can't share the information? You already shared some information, might as well share the rest. She's like, no, I can't. Like, I can get into really big trouble to tell you like what happened. I'm just letting you know, I highly recommend you not to open the door. I'm like, well, I need to know what happened to that girl because I need to know what I'm dealing with. Like, did he rob her? Did he hit her? Did he beat her up? Like, did he rape her? Like, what did he do? I need to know. Because like, I need to know if this person does come back, I need to know what I'm dealing with. I need to know like what I need to do. And she's like, well, I'll get this to the main person. I'll get this to the main manager. Let him know what happened. Let him know where you're at, and let him know that this is not the first time, that it's the third time it's happened. And I'll also give you the number to the officer. We have an officer here that's actually living in the apartment complex. So it's like really good if something did happen. Like, I could call him. I was just like, I'm really scared. And it's like, why is it happening to me? Like, and then she was just like, I'm so sorry you experienced that. Oh, just trying to like comfort me. I'm like, bitch, you do not know what is going through my head. And she's like, I'm so sorry. Here's a number if something does happen, let us know. I hope nothing does. She's like, just lock your doors, lock your windows, make sure everything's locked late at night. And she's like, if you want, all I can tell you is just like, go spend the night at a friend's house. And I'm just like, obviously I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna be by myself. I'm scared. Yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with recently. That's what I was dealing with recently. Now I'm more scared because I'm just like, who is this person and why did they keep coming to my house? So yeah, guys, that's another story that just made me realize, as I was talking about the time in Austin, it just made me think like, I'm actually experiencing this right now. I'm actually scared of my own house. Like, okay, that's another thing. And that's my story time of the time me and my friends got stalked. And I feel like the story times that I'm gonna tell you from my first year in college it's more of like movie scenes. Like, there are actually things that you see in a movie and you're just like, that doesn't happen. I don't know, a lot of things that I've done is really caring. Like, I really helped like others like in positions, just make sure they didn't get in trouble, and I would help like someone would do the same if I was like, you know, in that same situation. But yeah, if y'all enjoyed the story time, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel for more story times. Hopefully they weren't gonna be as scary. Hopefully they're gonna be funny, and hope y'all enjoy them. If y'all do actually are curious on my skin routine or my hair routine or my teeth routine, yeah, just let me know and I'll try and get that up. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed today's video.